let's see, YouTube starting up, and we are live on YouTube as well now. So everybody listening and watching, I am going to reveal the items that I bought today at Goodwill. I paid $91 today on my lunch break. And for those of you who don't understand or know what Two Dudes Picking is we have regular 9 to 5 jobs, 8 to 5 jobs, and we pick on our lunch break at Goodwills and thrift stores and things like that, and then we flip them on eBay or Mercari and whatnot. So we don't really have a whole lot of time. Even with COVID going on, we still have regular lunch breaks. We can't extend our lunch breaks or anything like that. So what we attempt to do today is we got about 45 minutes in at Goodwill, and this is everything I got. Unfortunately, Gary wasn't able to join me today to show off the items that he has, but that's okay because that'll be in a future video on YouTube. Don't forget, if you are on Instagram now and you want to see a better view chat, you can go to twodudespicking.com, and I've got the YouTube going on live stream there as well. Feel free to leave me any questions you got in either of the two chat sessions, but why don't we get to it, right? Let's see. What are the what are the 21 things I got for $91 at Goodwill today? All right. Now, in no particular order, just in the bag that I can reach first, let's get started. All right. How about some media, some books? And this is one of my wife's favorite books. It's called Redeeming Love, and it is by Francine Rivers. She not only has read this herself 4 or 5 or 6 or a dozen times, but she has also bought this and given it to some of her girlfriends. And so when I saw it and I knew all that history about it, I bought it for $1.50, and it's selling on eBay for around 20 bucks, even pre-owned. This is a pharmacology nursing book, and it was half price, but it was still big price. They wanted $5, but it was half price, blue, so I only paid $2.50. This pharmacology nursing book, it's medium mail, so it ships cheap, and it's going for 20 bucks to 25 bucks pre-owned. Probably a bunch of nurses out there who might be looking for this. Maybe not necessarily for the summer courses, but definitely for the next fall. So I'll have that up and ready by the time school starts then. All right, so shout out to me real quick in the chats and YouTube if you're there, and let's make sure that everything's working fine. Make sure you can hear me. I'm going to double check. I didn't do this, and I should have. I like to double check my microphone before we get started, just to make sure everything's going great. And I didn't get a chance to do that, so I'm going to do that right now. So just bear with me for half a second. I want to make sure that, yeah, let's see here. Two Dudes Picking. Let's see. Yep, there I am. There's my live reveal. Yep, volume's working just great. No problem there. Excellent. Thanks for letting me do that test on volume real quick. Sorry about that. Let's get back to it, shall we? How about some Uggs? Some Ugg boots. Check that out. These Ugg boots were there. There is a problem with them. You see this tag? It's falling off. But I don't know why. Because one thing I didn't realize is it looks like this Ugg boot tag is being held on by super glue, maybe? I don't know. I'm going to do some research and see if I can get that back on and get it to stick with some more super glue. I'm not really sure. But Ugg boots, I paid, let's see, what's that? $8 for these Ugg boots. And they're in really good shape and condition. They're a women's size 9. And these will go for at least 35, 40 bucks. Pay 9 bucks. And I'm sorry, pay 8 bucks. But I am going to charge shipping on these because of the size. So $8 at Goodwill. I'll sell them for 35 to 40 bucks for these Ugg boots. Pretty nice, huh? All right. Let's see. Here's some kids Nike Air Max. Now, I'll be honest with you. I didn't want to buy these. I didn't want to buy these, but they're Nike Air Max. They're kids. They wanted, let's see, original price was $6, but they're blue. That's why I bought them. $3, half price. Air Max for kids. They're gonna need to take some cleaning, but I figure even though they're kids, I'll still list them for 20 bucks and see what happens. I'll charge shipping I'll definitely make my money back if nothing else. But hey, they're Nike Air Max and they're pretty cool looking. And I checked, there's no holes anywhere. There's no creases anywhere. Now the laces could stand to be repaired, and I can do that. If you don't know, you can get some clear wire shrink tube, which you put over electronics to help make them waterproof. You get the clear kind, and then you can weave this through that tube, and then use a heat gun, which heat guns work best, but a hair dryer will work as well, and it'll put a new aglet on the end of the shoes, so that you don't have to buy a whole new. You're not going to really find hot pink shoelaces that match this way anyway. But anyway, I'll list these for 20 bucks. I paid 3. I'm sure I'll get my money back at least. All right. Now these are in really bad shape, and I'm probably going to kick myself for buying them. But when you check the comps on these, they're in the $150 to $200 range. Okay, so these are some Nikes. I never heard of these. They are called Johnny Kilroy. Okay, they're not the prettiest shoes in the world. They got barely any sole left on the bottom. There's some dirt that's got to be cleaned off. There's a lot of work to be put into these. But I paid $10. Let's make sure I'm right about that. Yep, I paid $10. And these, you check the comps. These Johnny Kilroys are selling pre-owned in the 150 plus range. So I figured, honestly, for 10 bucks, in the bad shape that they're in, I'm gonna, if the worst is worst, I'm gonna list them as an auction, starting around 25 bucks. Charge the buyer shipping, and just see where they go from there. But I really want to start around 60 bucks and see if they'll sell. I can clean them up, make them look really nice. I can't do anything about the sole, obviously, but I can get all this dirt off. There's a little spot right here that looks like a dog may have gotten to it. And it's a small spot, though. And the laces, though, are in really good shape. So we're going to see what I can do with these Nike Jordan Johnny Kilroys. I paid 10 bucks. I'm going to start the listing around 55, 60 bucks and see what happens. Johnny Kilroys. What do you think? Was it worth it? I should warn you, we're about to have some really bad weather. So if for some reason this just abruptly ends, it's possibly because my electricity went out. We'll see. All right, so I bought a pair of these Air Jordans 2 or 3 weeks ago when our Goodwills opened back up for $13, but they were a men's size 8. So I bought these, the exact same Jordans, but they are a kid's size 4.5, and I paid $10 for them, but there are sold comps around $45, and these are in decent shape. I say decent because it's suede. You know how suede kind of has to be refinished and cleaned up. So I'm going to go to Walmart and I'm going to buy some suede cleaner in the can, and I'm going to do a little bit of work there to clean up this suede. But I think they're in relatively good shape considering they were kids. There's nothing wrong with the toes over here, which means that whoever wore them didn't scuff up the toes or sit on their crisscross applesauce on their knees. But the soles look really good too. So I paid 10. I'm going to try to list them for around 45, 50 bucks. Lone Star Picker, $29.99 in a 10-day auction. Oh, you're talking about for those Johnny Kilroys? Okay, not bad. I was thinking 25, 30 bucks for an auction. That'd be good. That's probably a really good starting price. What do you think? Okay, so where are you? We're in Columbus, Georgia, and that's where the weather's bad for us right now. We've been having on and off storms all day. Probably started around 2:30 this afternoon. Okay, not all day. Started around 2:30 this afternoon, and it's gonna kick up again in a little bit. So I got two more bags to go through. Let's see. Okay, this I just bought because it was cheap. I truly did no research in the store, but I like to play poker with my ex brother-in-law. And so I figured, if nothing else, I paid $6 for a bag full of poker chips that we can use when we get together all the other time. But check this out. You see this? So I paid $6, and a lot of these don't have any writing on them, but a good chunk of them do. Unfortunately, I don't see at face value. I don't see any dollar values written on them like you would if you were in the casino. So they're going to be no dollar generic poker chips. There's a bunch of them, and it's heavy. This is at least 25 pounds worth of poker chips right here. And so, like I said, for $6, if I can't get rid of them on eBay, I'll add them to my personal poker chip collection, and we'll just play with them every other weekend when we get together. So, and there's some unopened cards in here. You know what? Let's go ahead and do the good thing. Let's open this up. There's some unopened cards in here that may be vintage, that may be worth in the poker chips themselves. Let's see. While I'm doing this, Brent, yeah, thundering pretty bad now. Oh yeah, you're not far from me. Your house, your house in the Bull Creek Golf area tends to get more rain than my house does, and I'm only like a mile away from you. Put me on the invite list. You mean to come live with me? I don't know what you mean by that. I'm not a huge Instagram live person, so not even sure what you mean by that. Anyway, I'm gonna rip the bag. All right, so these are the cards that are in here. They're labeled Texas Hold'em, um, plastic playing cards, still wrapped in their plastic. Man, there's no UPC code or a date or anything, but yeah, I got 2 packs of these, and they're brand new in the pack, so maybe I can do some research and find out exactly what, or if these are worth anything at all by themselves. So since I got that bag open, let's look at the poker chips. I also got 5 or 6 poker chip holders. I'm telling you what, this stuff isn't cheap. Even at Walmart, it's not cheap. So this kind of stuff, even these poker chip holders, they would sell individually. Well, I got 6 of them, so I could sell all 6 of them and buy them together as a lot. But here's what the chip looks like. Let's see. Get a close up here on Instagram first. That's probably backwards to you guys. You know how front cameras do. What do you think on YouTube? So Las Vegas Casino. There's no dollar value, but we'll see how that comes out. All right. So let me put that to the side. Okay. Comp is new. Are you talking about the cards or the poker chips? I didn't comp anything in the store. I just picked it up for $6. I thought it was worth owning. But Lone Star Picker, when you say comp is new, are you talking about the cards or the poker chips? Let me know. Okay, check this out. This is unopened Health Touch Huggable Massager. I just had to look it up, and it was easy because there's a UPC code to scan. It is a Walmart special, and it was $2.99. Yeah, $2.99 in Goodwill today. These are actively selling brand new on eBay between 20 and 25 bucks. I was shocked to hear that. Really shocked, considering it was a Walmart special. So we're definitely going to get rid of that on eBay. Las Vegas souvenir set. Yeah, probably, more than likely. But like I said, the worst of it is we'll just keep them for our poker games. Okay, we have a vintage Osro Steamstress. Paid $5 for it. It's in the original box. Has the original manual and the Steamstress itself for $5, and these are selling on eBay for 20 to 25 bucks. I figure I'll charge shipping and make up the extra dollar that I wouldn't have picked on, if it were a polo shirt or something like that. Osro Steamstress. Now, I'm not a huge vintage fan. I don't know a lot about vintage, but because it was in the box and I was able to scan, well, no, there's no UPC code to be honest with you. But I typed in Osro in the eBay app, and it immediately filled with the Steamstress. So there were plenty of listings to choose from. So I paid 5. I'll get 20 to 25 for sure, plus shipping. All right, here's another pair of Nikes Jordans. I paid $5 for them, and I didn't even look these up. And the reason why I didn't is because I recognized the look and the style as some that I have already sold in the past, both in men's and in kids. And the shoelaces are in good shape. They got the aglets, so that's a plus. This is a boys or kids, I should say, 1.5 youth. But I'm gonna list these for 25, 30 bucks plus shipping. I should have no problem getting rid of these. Here's another pair of Jordans. These are toddlers, size 7C. Where's the price? $8. I paid up $8 for these. You know, I figured honestly, might as well. I bought all these other Jordans, and as you can tell, they're the same style and look as those other ones I just had, which I knew I could sell in the past. But these are the black and not the white. But these, honestly, these are in better shape as toddler shoes. These are in better shape than the kids' shoes were. So I'm going to list those for 25, 30 bucks as well, plus shipping. Now we're getting down to the bottom of the bag. I picked up some Christmas ornaments that are still in the box, but they're not brand new because inside they have hooks on them, but they're in pristine shape. And they're the collectors, those Hallmark keepsakes. Now, I paid 89 cents a piece, so that's a little less than $3 for all of it. And individually, they're selling for $10. So, honestly, you do the math. I should get at least 30 to 35 bucks for the set, right? So I paid 3. I'm going to list them as a set. Probably closer to the holidays they'll sell. Who knows? Maybe somebody will buy them in the next couple of weeks and surprise me. But they are the Hallmark keepsake ornaments for this. It's called A Visit from Santa, and it's a little boy, a little girl, and then a little toddler holding a reading book. So we'll get those listed. I'll list them around 30 bucks. And everybody knows that gaming consoles are selling great right now. Unfortunately, I didn't find a full console. I did find 2 old Sony controllers for the PlayStation 1, $1.99 each. And I honestly figure even if I sell these for 15 bucks plus shipping, I'm still making something. So I went ahead and picked them up. I don't know how to test these without a PlayStation. Does anybody have a clue on how to test these without a PlayStation? I've honestly figured that because they're wired and there's no fraying near the housing, they should still work. There's no fraying in the wire itself. If it were wireless, I'd have a little bit more concern. There's radios and frequencies and stuff like that to deal with. But with this, it should still work. Plug and play, right? All right, so I paid $1.99 for each. I'll list them for 15 bucks. Maybe a set. I might could get rid of them better, get more money if I sell them individually. I'll do some homework. And I bought one more retro gaming controller. a Nintendo 64 gaming controller. Now I paid $6. And typically, I would not have done that because this Nintendo 64 gaming controller is not. I wouldn't have paid 6 to flip it for 15, and the reason is because that's just not a good profit margin. However, there's a little thing still stuck in the back of the controller, and I popped it out, and it's called a memory card plus. And this, I comped this, and this is selling for $20 plus. That made all the difference in the world to me. So now I've got this to sell by itself and then this controller to sell by itself. I think of it that way. Now I have two sales. I paid $3 a piece. I'll sell this for 15, I'll sell this for 20 plus, and that's how the magic happens on eBay, right? What somebody says, I don't know who says it, but part it out. All right, everybody. That's everything I bought for $91 on my trip today to Goodwill during my lunch break. I really hope you enjoyed this. Maybe we'll do it again in the future. Don't forget to go to twodudespicking.com and subscribe. Leave us some comments. Anything you want to do to, tell me what it is you want to see on our YouTube channel, and we'll do our best to get it out there for you. I appreciate everybody who joined us today. And hey, stay safe and have fun picking.